10 ways to identify good and matured male broodstock sperm. Welcome once again to my channel. Welcome to Catfish Solution Academy. Once again, my name remains Odutola Isabiodun DTM, your great uncle on this channel, and today I'll be talking about a very important topic today, which I'll be talking about ways to identify a good and matured male broodstock sperm. Note, this identification is very difficult because most of these identification normally go through the lab equipment, but since we don't have that, I don't think anybody has that presently to do all that, because we only use our male broodstock. We use it as a trial and error. What I mean by trial and error is that we don't test. We only use our psyche in order to identify maybe it's good or not. But the most and the very important part of it is that if we are using it, we normally sacrifice the male, and despite that, we don't know if even the male has a mate or not, because that is why it is recommended, because of our try and error try, we make it understandable that if you really want to hatch, you must have an extra male available, so that in case you dissect and open the male and you discover maybe the two males are not there, so you can use an alternative source in order to augment and do your production. Or in case that you open it and you notice that the meat are not that good, or even the meat have turned to black, that means it has expired, it has overripe, and this is another way of you sacrificing that male for another alternative male. So all this we are talking about is that generally most of us that are into breeding are just doing trial and error on male identification. We have some ways in order to identify the females, and some of the ways is that by the time we massages the gravid female abdomen, some of the eggs come out, and we can use that to identify maybe the eggs are good or not. And on this identification, we notice that we can identify that with the power of the coloration and the power of the tenacity of the egg. That means how strong the eggs are, and we try to notice that by maybe the blood stain or the white eggs. So all these are what you can use at least to identify the female broodstocks. But the major and important and most of the best factors in order to identify these broodstocks are when it goes through the laboratory test. And the laboratory test, you need some of these what you call a microscopic test in order to identify how reliable all these sperms or the eggs are. So I will just be giving us some of those factors or some of those ways we should be using that we have not been using. So once again, if you have not subscribed to this channel, make sure that you do that now. And if you have not liked any of our social media, make sure that you do like now, like, follow, press on the notification button, and refer it to people that really want to understand catfish farming. And before let me just dive into this very great topic. And once again, before I dive into the great topic, what you are still watching on the ground is our mentorship program on hatchery and fries management. And these are a mentorship and a training program that we are doing. So identifying good and matured male broodstock sperm is crucial for successful breeder programs in breeding process. Here I'll be talking about 10 ways to evaluate sperm quality if you want to do your breeding process. So the number one I'll be talking about is the sperm motility. The sperm, that means assess the percentage of motile sperm using a microscope. High mortality rate indicate health of the sperm. This you can use the help of a microscope in order to identify the motility of the sperm. That is the number 1 point. Number 2 point, you can also, that means the ways of assess sperm concentration. The sperm concentration, that means measure the sperm concentration using a homocytometer's operational concentration. Vary by species but are essential for effective fertilization. These are the number 2 factors you can use to identify your male. That means the sperm concentration using an equipment too, as well, as I say, because most of these male broodstock need equipment in order to vet and know the concentration of the sperm and the quality of the sperm. The number 3 is what we call the sperm viability. Use viability stains like trypan blue to differentiate live and dead sperm. A high percentage of live sperm indicates good quality of the sperm. If we don't do all this concentration, but based on our IQ, what we do is that we try to make sure that we normally say, let us have a sperm with a creamish colorations, so as in order to understand or to know more of the viability of the sperm. But if you don't want to play the trial and error right, you will need what we call the trypan blue in order to do the measurement of your sperm viability. Sperm viability are very, very important and very crucial in having a very good result for our male broodstocks, because one, that is where we measure the bad eggs, the live sperm and the dead sperm. If you have more of the dead sperm, you'll be having a low quality production and you'll be having a premature fryers. That means your fryers can be dying any single period you want to use. That is why sometimes I don't encourage us to use the waterish sperm. If you really want to read the waterish sperm, make sure that the sperm is mixed with some creamish sperm. That is my advice for you guys. The number 4 is what we call the morphological assessment. Examine sperm morphologic under a microscope. Look for normal shape and structure, as abdominal micrologic can affect fertilization success. These are a period under a laboratory too. That means the sizes, the shape of the sperm has to be as required. So this you can use that method in order to do your measurement. And let me quickly go to the number 5 because of my time. In the number 5, I'll be talking about the osmotic resistance test of the sperm. Perform an osmotic resistance test to evaluate sperm's ability to withstand changes in osmotic pressure. Good sperm should maintain motility under hypomostic condition. Those factors to identify your sperms are: the sperm must be able to resist pressure, and resisting pressure will definitely give rooms to a vibrant, rugged and a very active fryers, as we all know. Number 6 factor in order to test for our male broodstock is the sperm acrosome reaction. That means if you can take it for the acrosome reaction test, that means test for the acrosome reaction, which is crucial for fertilization. This can be assessed using specific staining technology. As you know, these are majorly tested from a lab too as well. So you can get some of these sounding and ultrasounds for equipment if you are willing to be 100% sure of yourself. But I don't think anybody can go through that stress, but we still prefer doing it as a trial and error, as I said. I'll be going for the female broodstocks too as well, but I know that the male broodstock is one of the critical and one of the taxing problem we may be having in identifying the very good male broodstocks. So the number 7 is the storage capability. That means evaluate how well sperm can be stored under various conditions, e.g. temperature, the temperature duration, without significant loss of motility and viability. I've tried this once. I said in one of my video, I have mutilated and I have kept my sperm for 12 hours. I've done that before usage, so you must understand that too as well. And the number 8 is the pH tolerance. That means test sperm in different pH level to see how well they maintain motility. Optimum pH level as species specific, but generally fall between 7 to 8.5. 7 to 8.5. So that is why it is highly encouraging and highly advisable to hatch your fryers in a normal pH. That means 7 to like 8 or to like 8.5. I think that is very, very good. That means the water may be soft a little, but not too harsh. It will really affect our fryers. The number 9 is the sensitivity to temperature. Determine the temperature ranges that maximize sperm motility and viability. Sperm should remain effective within those optimal temperature ranges. Temperature is very, very important. I think the temperature do fall between 26 degrees centigrade to 30 degrees centigrade. Make sure you get your thermometer in order to get that and to control that. The number 10 and the last one is the fertilization trials. Conduct a controlled fertilization trials using the sperm to see how well it performs in usual fertilization scenarios, assessing egg fertility rate and subsequent embryo development. That is what we have been doing presently. That means we have been doing the fertilization trial. We just open an egg, we used it, and we see what it will come out of it. I think this is the number 10 that is really available in testing for a very good broodstock. So using a combination of those methods, we provide a comprehensive understanding of the quality and maturity of male broodstock sperm. So on this point, I'll be saying a very goodbye for now. Once again, my name still remains your great uncle on this channel, and if you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure that you do that now.